Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 76 of the Black and Yellow, my series with our, hopefully, beloved Denton Villa. I still love the series, you still love it because you're still watching it. I'm going to be honest, so I've got my plans set in place now, I think. On this series, we're going to play this season and next, one season in the new stadium. And then this series will end. And then my Journeyman, if you watch that too, that'll be out on Saturday. I've got a job in South Africa. I'm chasing the Pentagon Challenge. If I manage to do that, that series will end as well. Just things are dying off. It's the worst time of year for Football Manager. When I see new creators come out this time of year, I think, what are you doing? It's the worst time. Because interest is very, very low. So I'm going to end these two series pretty soon, my two main ones. I've got a rebuild series coming out, which I'm super excited for, but I need to wait for the transfer update and the deadline to finish. And then I have got a couple of story ones, but like I said, I've been working a lot recently. So hopefully over the next couple of weeks, I've got more days off, I'll be able to get them two made. I've got two good videos, I think, which should be fun to watch as well. So yeah, thank you for everyone who supports the channel still. I know it's been a bit shit recently, but you're a legend. I love you. And in this episode, we could become legends. We could become world champions. But we've got loads to look at, so we're going to get stuck in. But first, make sure you smash the like button. And if you love what I do, you can pledge to my Patreon. You'll find a link to that down below. Let's get started. Well, it's December. It's nearly Christmas time. Mistletoe and wine. Children singing. That is the worst song ever. Do you remember that song by Cliff Richard? I hate that song. Anyway, right, as you can see, money's amazing. And we're just about to be playing in the World Club Championships, which could be our only other time. That's why I thought, let's highlight it in an episode. But obviously, there's been loads happening in the first half of the season, and we're going to have a look at that now. And I just got to say, it's been hard. It's been fun, though. I much prefer the challenge. And a challenge, it's been our first game, our opening game in the Premier League was against Chelsea, who are good this year. I've not really paid much attention to them. I've been looking at United. And then obviously we've been thinking about City and Liverpool, but Chelsea are a really good team. And they've showed it this year and they beat us at home in the opening game. James Evans got our goal. We were pretty crap. Do you know when we weren't crap? When we went away to Manchester's smallest football team. The shittest team in Manchester, Man City. And we battered them 2-0. This game was amazing. I mean, they had a couple more chances, a bit more of the ball, but we were just better. Vlatkovic. To get a kid like that from Croatia for peanuts and watch him grow into a world-class player, that's my favourite part of this game. I love it when you do that with someone. He has been one of my biggest pleasures, I think, on this series. And I know he was unhappy, but because he wanted to leave for a bigger team. But yeah, he stayed and he's a boss. I love him. And I love this result. Beating Man City is always possibly the best thing ever. And then I thought we'd have the full set. And this is the last game I played. So we've had a loss, a win, and a draw. And the draw was against Liverpool away, who are still a good team. And they had a bit of a change up. They were really good, weren't they? And then the old guard left. And they're in a bit of a transition over the last couple of years. And City have been in a bit of a transition as well. So it's allowed us and United and Chelsea to come up. But it's still a good team. And Danilo, my right back, best player in the league apparently. He played pretty well. So yeah, decent point. And this is the Premier League so far. We're pretty much halfway, aren't we? And we're third, and we're some way off the top, to be fair. I can't see us winning the Premier League again this year, but I don't think we're going to be in it. I think it's a United-Chelsea race. We've dropped too many points. I mean, there's still a long way to go. We can change that, I know. But I'm not as confident this year. I mean, I've been like concentrating on the Champions League and so on. And we'll see that in a minute. If we have a look, we have lost 2 games against Tottenham and Chelsea. We've played United, but we drew with United, 0-0. And drew with Villa and West Ham. Winning wise, I mean, you can see the wins there for yourself. We've got Danilo, third best player in the league. I think the trouble this year has been Evans. We've got him, he had all his potential. And he's grown and grown and grown and got better and better and better. But this year, I don't know if he's hit a wall. I don't know what's going on with him. His overall average rating is bad. It's under a 7 for his overall. Champions League, he's not done bad, 3 and 5. It's the Premier League, he's scored 4 in 16. one every 4 games, isn't it? It's not good enough. If you look at his ability and look at him, he's good. He's just gone off the boil a bit, and I don't know why. I mean, I know it happens, but he needs to step it up a bit, because I think I've got a great team, and I wanted him to become my superstar. And we've got a lot of money that, because we haven't spent anything really for 2 years, and I know this series is going to end next season. I might just go out there next in the summer from the last year and buy myself the best possible striker in the world and just try and dominate for that last year. Carabao Cup time, it's always a good time to rotate your team a little bit. We started off pretty well, playing Rotherham, beating them 3-0, battered them, deserved it. I wasn't too bothered about this. We've got 2 of these trophies and not important. It's not something I care about anymore, I'll be honest with you. We're too big for it. We're massive. And it's a good job, really, isn't it? Because we went out in the next round on penalties to Southampton. But it's all at the Champions League. I love the Champions League, and I'd love to win it again. I think it'd be pretty sweet if we could. And we are good in Europe. I think we're good in Europe. We've got a pretty tough group. We've got Seville, Napoli, and some team I can't pronounce from Turkey. So I'm going to show you 2 of my favourite games, and then we'll look at the group. And the first favourite game is Seville, because I've I don't know, I suppose I've had some tough games, haven't we, against Spanish teams? And this was pretty tough, even though we dominated it. I think went down to 10 men as well, but we won it. That's all that matters. And 2-1. So I was really happy, really happy. Schmidt scored. And the other game we're going to highlight in the Champions League group, Group E, was against Napoli at home. Battered these. Evans scored 2 goals. To be fair, we battered him. Napoli is supposed to be a good team as well, but they were awful. We were just far superior. And yeah, Group E. It was good times in Group E, I've got to say. And this is the final group. We've topped it, played 6-1-6. Can't complain one bit. Let's have a look at what we did here. So you see Sevilla, we beat 2-0. Napoli 3-0. How do you say that? Baza, we beat Baza 2-0, Baza 3-0, Sevilla 2-1, and Napoli 1-0. I mean, we let in 1 goal. How good are we? It's not the hardest group, don't get me wrong, but it's still a big team from Italy, big team from Spain. Happy with that. And we have a proper black and yellow battle on our hands in the knockout stages of the Champions League. We've drawn a pretty tough opponent, to be fair. We've topped our group and ended up getting one of the toughest teams in Europe. We're supposed to get an easier team. Zinedine Zidane's Borussia Dortmund. So that's pretty cool. He's a top manager on this game. They're a top team on this game. The second in the Bundesliga. I think they're Bundesliga champions, aren't they? I'm pretty sure they are. But it's not going to be easy, that is it? Two games against these boys. Black and yellow versus black and yellow. But I'm excited. So let's have a look at some of my best players so far at the halfway point. I'm going to show you my top 3. The guys who are really doing stuff for me. And of course, the number 1 guy is Mateo Vlahovic, the Croatian. He's only 23 years old. He's still wanted. He's settled down a bit now. I think he's brilliant. And, you know, I'd like him to have higher technique, first touch and passing, to be fair. I'd like him to have greens. But his mentals are amazing. His physicals are great. He's classed as a world-class player, and he's been world-class all season. Second best player is Jaros, the centre-half. Now, I'm not surprised by it. He's just quite young. He was a wonder kid. He still is a wonder kid. But I didn't think he was going to be one of the top kind of players, but he has just got better and better and better and better. He just keeps improving. He's forced his way into becoming a number 1 centre-half, and it's just really been a pleasure to see. Brilliant signing for us, really, and he's got a big future. Next up is Danilo, the right back, who has just it's just become amazing over the past 12 months. I knew he was good, and then end of last year he won all the awards, and then he was tipped at the beginning of the season to be the best player and so on. And he's 3rd best player in the Premier League, and he's 3rd best player in our squad. And I said 3, but let's look at 4, because Danilo, the right winger, is still phenomenal. He's still such a really good player. He's 26 now. It feels young. I thought he was younger. But yeah, he's 26. He's one of my biggest ever purchases, and he's still been worth every penny. He's definitely not one of the young players I've turned. He cost us a lot of money, didn't he? But I just think he's been great for us. Let's check in on the kids, because it's always good. I enjoy this part of the game. I know there's not much future left in the series, but it's still good to see, and it's good to see that they're back on top. Rounded off the squad a bit, promoted some under-18s. And yeah, he's doing really well again, so I'm really pleased with it. Now I'm doing an ex-player catch-up mainly because he's one of my favourite subscribers, been super supportive, and it's Joe Page. Guy who gone here for a long time, and the guy who's actually still on the best overall team at right back. I don't know how long that's going to last. He came from our own academy. He won a regen competition, got to name himself after this guy. We sold him to Portsmouth, and he's currently at Bristol City. Right, that's interesting. Seems like he's playing more for Bristol City in the Championship, but not a lot. He's better than that. He's definitely a Championship player. I know his attributes don't shout out, but whenever Joe Page played, he always did a job. And one other player we're going to look at, another guy who won a competition, another good supportive subscriber. Unfortunately, he's a Man City fan. He's absolutely deluded, but he's a lovely fellow. And that's Renners. Now, we sold him to Millwall, and to be fair, he's carved out a great career at a Championship team. And Millwall are, in fact, one of our affiliates. They became our affiliate after I've sold him there. But yeah, we've got a good tie with that club. We're connected to him and send players there on loan and that. But yeah, he's one of my players that's actually gone and really done a good career at a really good level in England still, which is really good. And talking of club affiliates, we need to check in on an American one. And you'll see all our affiliates here now, and it's changed over the years. We used to have a couple of lower league ones, but when you get bigger, things change. I've got my two money ones, the Chinese one and obviously the American one. We've got Scunny in League 2, Millwall in Championship. We've got a lower level one with Volti, but it's Orlando City I want to take a look at today. And that's because we've drawn them in the semi-final of the World Club Championships. Now I'm played in this recently on my Journeyman with Pumas, and we did really well. And normally you come, well, we're the big European team, we come in at the semis. I came in a round earlier with Pumas, and now I've looked into it. There's like playoffs and qualifiers and everything for the smaller, so-called smaller team. But yeah, we've drawn Orlando City, so they obviously won the North American Champions League, which is amazing. But surely we're going to do these and get to the final, surely. And the other semi-final's been played, so if we beat these, we'll be playing Vasco da Gama, is it? Now, you might notice this series is old, so I didn't get the update for Brazil on this, but on any of the other stuff, I've got things updated, so you don't get the proper Brazilian names, which irritates the hell out of me. But it is Vasco. I think it's pretty sure that's Vasco. And they've won their semi-final by beating Tunis 4-1. Who I think are the African Champions League winners. So we're going to be going up against the South American Champions League winners if we beat the North American Champions League winners. Here we come. Now I'm taking a risk. I'm beating it. Not only that, because of a few fitness issues and the way you have to pick a squad, the way it works out, I had to pick a few youth players. So we've got a lot of players here that haven't played a lot from the first team, but Buckman's playing. Gunn from the youth team's playing. Schmidt is playing up top. Apart from that, I think it's all first team, B team players, if you know what I mean. Right corner, Buckman to take it. Nice and fast. Nice goal from Stevens, the centre half. He's happy with that, Mr. Blondie. Happy days. Yeah, so once this season wraps up, we've got next year at the new stadium, and then, yeah, we'll end it. I think it's been a very long series. People are stopping watching it. It's getting to that time of year when no one's that interested in Football Manager. I just think in the build-up to FM20, it'd be good to do some short, fun series. I'm doing a couple of rebuild series with Fallen Giants, which I think would be good. And I've just had an injury to Buckman. I don't want to waste a big-time player like Danila. I think I might put Chippier, who's kind of an all-rounder, on the right wing. No, Schmidt can cover on the right. Let's drop him back and put Chippier, who can cover up top, even though he's more of a midfielder, as a striker up top. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So I know it might be a bit sad for people who really love the series, because I know a lot of you still do. But I just think it's the best thing to do. I've never had a series last this long anyway. I'll miss it. Next year, though, I'm doing my weekly Journeyman. I might do updates on my personal save, which will be with Denton Villa. Like every now and again, just show you what I'm doing in one-off episodes for anyone who still loves the club. Well, at the half-time team talk, no one was that interested in what I had to say. Nothing bad happened. I just don't think they're that bothered. But, you know, we're taking a risk here. I don't want to make any changes unless I have to, like with an injury. I'll just keep that first team fresh for the final. Do you know what I mean? It's important. When you're the European team, if you don't win this competition, I think that's bad. I think it looks really bad. But it's not been the most exciting game, but it is what it is. We've just got to get past this team. But I've just demanded more. Most people are happy with that, apart from rollover Beethoven. He's not. I mean, it's been crap. They've had loads of the ball. We've not. There's hardly been any chances. No highlights. Okay, 15 minutes to go. Nothing's happening. I'm not editing anything out. Oh, as I speak, we get a highlight. Can anything come from it? Is Beethoven turns, shoots. But we've done enough. We've won 1-0. That's all that matters. I took a risk. We've not got anything bad happened. And I've got a fully fresh first team to go at the Brazilians. And hopefully we can become world champions. Let's do it. So, of course, we're playing Vasco in the final. The game we played at the Stade Olympique. Is that in Marseille? I think so. Denton Villa's riches. We're not super rich. We've saved that bloody money up. It's not come from my chairman. He's actually said he's not putting any more money into the club. They've got a modest budget. Should be a bumper crowd, but they're Brazilians. Anything can happen when you play the Brazilians. I'm excited now. That last game, forget that. But I'm excited about this one. Easy win though, predicted for us. Don't say that. Don't say that. I don't like it when they say that because it just puts pressure, and I know this game. But of course, it's an historic final. Now, this tournament in real life, is it 20 years old now? Nearly. Because United played in the first one when we won the treble in '99. We played the year after. Remember this whole kick-off about it. So it's nearly 20 years old, isn't it, really? In real life. And I love it. I do. I mean, it's never as important when you're a European team. It's going to be important for me in Denton Villa, but when I'm United or something. But on my Journeyman, when I won it with Pumas, fuck, that was amazing. I got such a good buzz off that because we had to come up against Bayern Munich, so it was tough. But this, I want it. I really, really want this. Good old Halliwell, you know, Jordan Halliwell from back in the day. He's pinpointing Antonio Guilherme as a threat. I mean, the guy's scoring goals for fun. He ain't bad, is he? That's what I mean. They've got good players. Brazil's a great place for players. I mean, he's good, him, isn't he? Goal machine. And this is what I love about Arteta. No offence to my old friend Jamie, my old assistant manager, but Arteta's just got his head screwed on. If you can get him as your assistant, go for it. I think he's fantastic. And it's just the stuff he talks, the way he deals with things. He's like me. Do you know what I mean? I like him. Yeah. Honestly, if you can get him, go for him. Here we go. Come on, look at all them yellow shirts. Look at all them yellow shirts. The army has grown, hasn't it? They play a similar formation to us, pretty similar, but instead of 3 at the back in midfield, they have 2, an extra man up top. So, be interested to see how this pans out. But we are the better team, and my big boys are in. Beethoven's playing again, though, just because of fitnesses and so on. He is the only player returning from the semi-finals. Everyone else is fresh, ready to go. And apparently my best player, so let's see what happens. Right, here's Guzman, can't get past the best right back in the world. Not happening. Not happening. But yeah, a bit of early pressure from Vasco. Passing the ball about, not looking too dangerous. Come on, lads. Close them down. What's this all about? But yeah, my Journeyman too. I've got a job in South Africa, and it was not easy. It was well hard. I got turned down. If you watch the series and you've seen the last episode, there was loads of jobs, weren't there? I got turned down by all of them. I had to wait for other jobs to come available because managers left that team to take the other jobs. And these managers that are getting the jobs are crap. And someone did say to me, when you get to your late 70s, 80s, it can get harder because of your age to get a job. And I think I've got to that stage. Doesn't matter how good I am, what my record's like, I'm old on the game. But I ended up somewhere amazing that I'm really happy with. Like, a really good team is Bosu! Boo, 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 boo! Kossi Bosu! Boo! But yeah, as long as I don't get the sack, it should be my last club in the entire series because the aim is to win the African Champions League and to complete something I have never done. I've never even tried to do it. And I didn't set out on my Journeyman series to try and do the Pentagon Challenge or win all the Champions League. It's just, I've gone on a journey and it's kind of happened. And people have said, why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? So that's what we're doing. Oh! Oh! That is Van der Werf, who's really cemented himself this season as the starting left back. They were pretty similar with Kaya, but he's definitely pushed ahead of Kaya now, and he's played more games, played better as well. And we kick off the second half, 1-0 up. We need another goal. I've also brought Beethoven off just because he was on a yellow. Brought on Blinkhorn, pretty good player, so I'm not too worried about that. Here's Danilo with a corner. Whoa! Look at the speed. What's going on there? Penalty. Yellow is my colour. Yellow is my colour. We're only winning 1-0. We want another. Vlakovic. Yeah, like I said, I've got 2 story ones out. They're sort of story. They're not like a character-based story video. but more like about teams and situations, and they both kind of plays on movies that have been out this summer. It's kind of what inspired me to do them. You need inspiring, you need something behind it, don't you? I don't know what I'm going to do with that series though. Next year, be a different thing, won't it? But my FM20 series, I've been making tweaks to my logo, got my kits, all that stuff. The idea is set in stone for my first team. Like I said, it's not going to be like the last 2 series on my channel with Manchester Central and Denton Villa. Oh, lovely ball! You can't miss that. Evans, mate. Thank God for that. He scored his goal. I suppose everyone's starting to think towards FM20 now, aren't they? And people are probably watching other stuff. You don't want to watch Let's Plays on freaking a game that's nearly a year old. It's the same every year, honestly. Same every year. So I know the score. Numbers drop for everyone. Do you know what I mean? But that's why I want to end these 2 long-running series, freshen it up. My rebuild series, my first one should be brilliant, and that should have been a goal. But we're still adding that pressure. Is Danilo, boom, Ruben, hey? Is that Kovic spraying the ball out to Danilo, 1 or 2, boom! Danilo, the right back, massive throw on him. Look at that, like a cross. But Kovic picks it up, passes to Danilo. He's going to hit it with his left foot. He is, and he scored an absolute thunderbolt with his wrong foot. Just wasting everyone's time. Just give us a trophy. Let us have the glory. There you go. We all support a yellow football team. A yellow football team. A yellow football team. Sing with me. We all support a yellow football team. A yellow football team. A yellow football team. Look at that confetti. Look at me and my trophy. Graphics on this game are amazing, aren't they? Absolutely amazing. Well, there we go. Thoroughly deserved. We're world champions. Could not be happier. Everyone's happy. We've got a bit of money for it. The board's happy. Everyone's happy. Fans are happy. Apparently we've won the double. We've won the double. That's not a double. Well, the next episode, and it's probably going to be towards March, April, May, something like that. We'll see what's what. I might even go to the end of the season and see if we can get to anything important. Might get 2 episodes out. Don't know. I'll see how it goes. But I think we're going to go down the Champions League route, because you've seen the league for yourself. We're a bit off the boil in that. So I'll see how the Champions League goes. If we get past Dortmund, I might have a look at what comes next, or even after that. I'm just going to go with the flow. Well, there we are. That's the end of the episode, and we've got another trophy sat there in the chair waiting to go in the cabinet. Still not put the Super Cup in there either. We'll have a look at that at some point. End of the season maybe, but yeah, really proud of that. Really happy. I know we should be winning it, but it's still good to win it, isn't it? It's a lovely title to have. It's like a special. I know, world champions. It's cool, isn't it? I think it's cool. And hopefully you thought it was cool enough to smash the like button. Don't forget you can help this channel a little bit more by pledging to my Patreon. Keep supporting the series. I know there's not long left. Technically there's 4 or 5 episodes left, so yeah, enjoy it while you can. Nothing lasts forever. Same with me Journeyman, but all you guys who are still sticking with this channel now, at this point, when I'm not doing loads of videos and the series are really old, honestly, you are the best. You are. You're awesome. Wish I could give something back to every single one of you, but I can't. Apart from a smile. A kiss. A high five. Whatever you want. But yeah, be safe. Have a good week. Have a good time. You and your family. You and your friends. Whatever you're doing, just stay safe, man. Have a good one. You've been amazing. I've been Booed. We're the Villa. We're the Yellow Army. We're the world champions. I'll see you next time.